What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. We have our 1990 DA Integra behind us, and we have our work cut out for us over the next couple weeks here, and you're going to want to stay tuned to this one. Woohoo! Alrighty, y'all. So as you know, we've been building this car for road racing, and last week we went and did our competition licensing school. I do have a video coming with that whole deal. Cody is working on that. So this video should be coming out after that one, but there's a lot of footage to go through, so it'll probably be a couple weeks before he gets that done. So I just wanted to put this video out there so you guys kind of had an idea as far as what's going on. So I'm going to explain that to you right now. All right, so we did end up passing the school, which was absolutely awesome. So you're definitely going to want to stay tuned for the video. It was crazy. Crashing, cars flipping, like wild footage. So you're going to want to watch that. But, so we passed the school, and here's the but here. I was not allowed to race the following day. My car did not pass tech inspection, so they wouldn't let me run. They let me do the school, but they wouldn't let me race the next day. And I'm going to show you guys the few things that they're the reasoning why. Reason number one, my fuel cell. I did not see there was an appendix in the rule book that broke down fuel cells to a T and as far as what was allowed and what wasn't allowed. I didn't see that they had to be an SFI or FIA approved cell with a bladder inside. This fuel cell that we built does not have a bladder. So if it were to be impacted, it could puncture and fuel could go all over. A bladder style has like a membrane inside that if it were to leak, get punctured and impact, the fuel is going to still stay inside that bladder, not spray everywhere, that sort of thing. So we had to remove our fuel cell. Couple options. We could put a FIA or SFI approved cell in, which I don't know if most of you have looked at the price of those, but they're in the range of $1,200 to $2,000 plus and upwards of there. Yeah, I wasn't ready to spend that kind of money on that. So the other option was you can put the stock fuel tank back in, which doesn't have a membrane. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but I believe since it's not in the cab of the car, yeah, it's allowed. So that's what we're doing. And I am going to show you guys what exactly we're doing with that, because we're not just putting the stock tank in. This is DIY clay here. We don't just do things, you know, the easy or the cheap way. Sometimes we go a little bit overboard even though we don't need to, but that's just how I roll. And I love this car, so we're going to do it. The other thing on why we couldn't run is we still have the steering key lock. So that is on any vehicle, when you pull the key out, you know, you can turn the wheel for, I don't know, maybe a quarter turn sometimes, and then it locks. Well, that has to be eliminated. So we are going to have to pull the center console or the ignition apart and get rid of that little lock piece in there. I think the reasoning is, there's two reasons. I think one of them is if you were to crash or the car were to be disabled and people need to get the car off of the track. Yeah, so if your car were to be disabled, what they can do is they can push the car, not have to worry about the key being in the ignition. The other thing is it's a safety deal. You know, you're doing 100 plus miles an hour. They don't want your steering wheel to just lock up on you, because that would really suck. So we need to figure out how to eliminate that. I'm just going to start tearing stuff apart probably. When I get to that point, I might film it, because there's probably other people out there that would like to know how to disable that too. So hopefully we can figure that out. So those are the two main concerns. There was a concern that I had as well, and we're having to backpedal here a little bit and do something that kind of sucks. Yeah, so I had to have the windshield pulled. I'm going to show you why. So here's a view of the windshield with it out. So we had Safe Light coming. They ended up pulling that for me, which was cool. So here's the reason why we had that pulled. All right, so you see this bar here that goes across the top, right? Well, this bar needs to be all the way out here. Unfortunately, it is so close to my head that I have no room in the car, and if I were to be in an accident, I'm pretty sure my head would basically just instantly smash into that bar. So we had the windshield pulled because we are going to cut this bar out of here, and we are going to move it and manipulate it, probably have to extend it, and put it down here in this area and have it come over. So we have a lot more headroom then, and I don't have to worry about my head hitting that. The other thing I might do, I might cut this and extend it so it goes up higher so we have some more room when it comes to getting in and out of the car, because this is really tight. I haven't totally decided if I'm gonna yet. I probably will. So I'll probably chop it here, extend it, bring it up, and then I might chop it somewhere in here. And I kind of want to rotate it out a little bit too, so we can bring it more out into this area. So there's gonna be some manipulation of metal going on here, but so that also means I'm gonna have to chop this off, and redo our window net. But it is just way too uncomfortable in the car with how the roll cage is set up. And this was a bolt-in kit from Auto Power, and we ended up just welding it in. But I was not hoping to have to do any of this, but it's kind of how it happens sometimes. So yeah, we have a lot of room there. So yeah, I had the windshield pulled. I probably could have done it without pulling the windshield, but since it was brand new, I didn't want to get a bunch of like burn marks in the glass, and we already had that issue on the side windows welding the cage in, so I didn't want to do that on brand new windshield. So I think it ended up being like $125 to have them come pull it, and it'll be about the same to have them put it in. They were a little concerned that the window might break when they pulled it, but it came out just fine. So pretty cool. Yeah. So I'm gonna get working on chopping this bar out, and I'm gonna show you guys what we're doing with the fuel tank also. So I'm under the car right now, and I did have to manipulate the exhaust quite a bit to get the tank in. When I originally built this 3-inch exhaust, I didn't have the stock fuel tank in, so I was able to kind of use that area that the tank was in for the exhaust. So I ended up having to chop it up and make it fit, but it fits. So we're good there. Got the tank just lifted up in here to kind of see how everything went. This is with a 3-inch exhaust, I can get the tank in and out without having to pull the exhaust. Took some finagling with the exhaust to be able to route it perfectly around it and not bang into anything, because it's good. It's not going to make any noise. It wasn't a 10-minute job, let me tell you that. So as far as the stock tank, what we're going to do different, and where DIY clay differs from other people a lot of times, is what we're going to do up above. I'm going to have to drop the tank down to show you guys. Luckily there's nothing in it. The parts haven't came in yet for what we're going to do, but I will show you guys that in this video. So once those parts come in, I'll show you what that is. So while we're waiting, might as well work on the roll bar portion of this. We only have like 2 weeks till Memorial Day weekend. So I got my work cut out for me. A lot of welding, a lot of fab. Got to redo some fuel lines too, and that kind of goes along with the part that I'm waiting for this. If anybody's interested in a fuel cell for a DA, it'll bolt right in. I have the mounting plate. It'll come with the a fuel pump in it. Probably some lines too that you can use to adapt. And the hardware literally bolted in. Should be super simple. So if anybody's interested, I'm not going to ship it, so you got to live in Wisconsin, Minnesota, Illinois, one of the surrounding states. You can come pick it up. So let me know. So sorry for that long-winded rant. I'm just overwhelmed, and there's a lot to do on this thing in a short amount of time. So yeah, we'll just let you guys roll with it on this video. So I'm going to cut that top bar off first and see what we got. Alright, so we got that bar out of there. It was actually more of a pain in the ass than I thought it was going to be, because there's freaking no room above the, from the bar to the ceiling to get your angle grinder in there. It was a pain in the butt. See, we got that bad girl chopped out. Now I just got to figure out exactly how I'm going to bring this bar over. You can see how much it slants in, and it really needs to come out. So it's been a few days, and our parts that we've been waiting for to really elevate this build just came in. So let's show you guys what we got. It's a friggin' nitrous bottle, I know it. Get that out of there. So, oh, it looks like it says radium. Oh, it's a radium engineering part. Whoa. Whoa. All right, there she is. So this is a radium engineering fuel pump hanger. This is what you want to get if you want to use the stock tank and go road racing. Oh yeah. Dual pump setup. You can power them both from this block here. It's got 6 AN fittings, I believe, built in. You can have a couple other. It comes with a bunch of different fittings, basically, to convert to whatever it is you want to do. And it comes with a couple different options as far as fuel pickup strainers, too. So, pretty sick. So, we'll get all that unboxed here in a bit. Also, to go along with that, so when you order these, it tells you which pump is a direct fit for, or it tells you which pump is a direct fit for this. So for the kit that I got, the 50-1200 pump kit, which is an E85 compatible pump, is the one for this. So this is the part number for the DA 90 to 93 Integra. So these are specific to the vehicle because they put it in at the right angle to maximize the right spot and everything. So you want to make sure you get the one that's specifically for your vehicle. Does not come with the gasket. All right, so I found the part here that you're going to want to get. I'm pretty sure this is the correct part number. We're going to try it out, make sure it pairs up with this fuel cell hanger, right. But it doesn't come with a gasket, so that's pretty sure what you need. So this looks to be the correct gasket. It's got a couple different options as far as how you can place the gasket in there. This one says for Integra, Civic, CRX, Del Sol. And then this one has a spot for 91 to 05 Honda and Acura NSX. So then it's got 2 ports for different dual pumps and everything. So we have our brand new AEM 320 LPH pump, which is what's in the car currently, or what was in the car with the fuel cell, but I wanted to put a brand new one with this setup. That way we don't have any failures, that sort of thing. And this is comparison to what it is stock. So, yeah, pretty cool. All right, so I managed to get everything all fitted up here. I'll kind of give you a closer look so you can see what that looks like, but it's actually a really trick setup. And with that brand new OEM pump, literally everything fits perfect. All right, so this is what it looks like with everything hooked up in it. The wire connector hooks right to it. The return runs perfectly down the side, and they want you to leave it overhang just slightly over the end. And then they include the filter sock, and they come with a little silver clip there to put on so it doesn't fall off. Comes with the hose clamps and zip ties. The only thing I had to do, I couldn't use their provided clamps. They were too small. They didn't fit, and I don't know why, but I had to go to the local hardware store and just pick up a couple clamps, but no big deal. So that was pretty easy to do or whatever. But yeah, looks pretty nice. Now we're gonna drop her down in and see how she fits. All right, so it fits down in there pretty nice. You have to put a little bit of pressure. I think the filter sock might be slightly hitting. So I might just pull it out slightly, make sure that looks okay. And then they do provide brand new nuts to go on here too. They don't want you to reuse the old nuts. All right, so we got the everything on. I haven't tightened the nuts down yet, but it seems to fit good. The only thing I noticed, so I'm running my lines from the front. I think they want you to run these backwards, but I wish this was different, because I'm not really going to have any room here to get the fitting on. It's going to be really friggin' tight, but it might still be okay. But I don't know what I'm going to do here because there's a nut there. So I don't know, I might have to run it like that possibly and come off of it. I was hoping to run a straight fitting on it, but I might have to do a 90 on here, but I don't know yet. So that's my only gripe so far, is I don't really like that there's not a lot of room. They could have even brought these up just slightly higher, and that would have helped too, but I think they want you to run them off the back. So just keep that in mind when you're routing your lines if you're going to use this setup. We are just about to go back up into the car. We're going to feed our feed line up through that hole up there that we have cut out, and that's our return line hanging there. So we'll have to kind of get those hooked up and then basically get our the filler and breather hose, and then I got to figure out what I'm going to do with this yet too. That's a vent. So yeah. So jump ahead a little bit here. I was going to give you guys an update on the roll cage and kind of where I'm at now. Yeah, we're moving right along on that also. All right, so this is what it looks like all finished up here on the side. I had to redo the window net setup, but yeah, it looks pretty good. Got it all painted. Should be just fine, nice and strong. Now I have to work on the bar that goes across. Well, we got our tube bent for our top of our roll bar, so basically made a stencil and had them bend it exactly to what I wanted. Dave's Welding, hell yeah, hooked it up. Thank you guys. The gas tank is up in. I'll give you guys a view of that here in a little bit, but yeah, it's been a couple pretty late nights here trying to get this thing done because we don't have that much time. But yeah, it is moving forward, so that's good. All right, so back to the fuel tank. That's what she looks like, all up in there. Everything's all hooked up, looking good. That's what it looks like with the exhaust rerouted and everything. Woo, sheesh. Nice 3-incher there, hell yeah. All right, so we're finally on the home stretch. We managed to get the cage all done. We got the fuel system all sorted. Started the car. It runs. We have no leaks. I'm going to show you kind of what the cage looks like. The only thing I have left to do is I need to get the windshield back in, and I have to get the ignition key lock cylinder deal cut out. That way we don't, or that way we can pass tech with that. So this is a final look at the cage. You can see how this one is way further in than this side. So now we have extra clearance there. Looks good. Window net is nice setup too. I can actually do it myself when I'm in the car. But yeah, way better now. So way more room. I like. Daddy like it. Oh yeah, it looks good. I didn't do the best job painting it. There's runs and drips and multiple layers of crap from grinding it and stuff too. So paint job looks okay on it. Not the best, whatever. It's a race car. We're here to full send. Not worry about that. Alrighty, y'all. So it's been a long couple of weeks. We did manage to get the car all done. I'm going to show you what the finished product looks like, and I think you guys will be excited. Hopefully it will be ready for next week's race at Black Hawk Farms for the Memorial Day weekend of awesomeness. So I'll show you what the car is going to look like here. All right, so there she is. We even made a custom cover here, thanks to Kelly Byers Racing. He got us all fixed up with a nice cover. Covers up the top of the fuel tank. All it is just basically where the lines connect. There's just a little hole there. So made it look cool. Went a little overboard on it, but I think it looks pretty nice. So got that on there. He bent that up for us. That's what she looks like in here. A lot more room. We end up getting a long acre rear view mirror that clamps onto the 1.5-inch roll bar. So, oh yeah, we got way more room, and got the windshield reinstalled. So we got that back in. But you can totally see the difference between that side and that side now. There's way more room on the driver's side, and I am loving it. We modified the window net rod here We moved the mounts for the window net. We cut it, we shortened it up, and yes, we have so much more room in the car. You can see across the top of the seat now. Before, this went way in by our head. We had no room in there. Our head could have banged against it. I'll show you what it looks like in here. And we got a lot more room between our head and the bar now, where we aren't going to touch at all. So I am very excited for how this thing turned out. It's pretty cool. We did have to pull our door panel off. With relocating the bar and all that, the door wouldn't close, so we had to pull the panel off, but no big deal. The door does shut with the window. It is extremely close here. Eventually we might pull the windows out, but it's nice for transporting it if it's gonna rain, if we wanna wash the car, we don't have windows, don't have to worry about anything getting wet. It's a pretty expensive seat. I don't really want that to get all nasty and grimy. Also repainted the trunk, because where we had the fuel cell, I had painted around it before, so it was like almost gray underneath it. So that looks good. That's what that cover looks like from the back. Oh yeah, she's looking real nice. So yeah, super excited to get out. We only got a week, and we're gonna be on track again, doing some wheel-to-wheel action. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Cody does have a couple videos he's working on. In the meantime, we have the wheel-to-wheel school. He also has an autocross one. We have on that autocross one, it's Olivia's first ever race. So we did a video on that, which is pretty cool also. So a lot of awesome videos to come. Just hard to find time in the day to get everything accomplished. But yeah, stay tuned. If you guys could, please like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and we will see y'all on the next one. Woohoo!